All right, all right, all right. Just gonna go ahead and start it now. What's up, guys? It is Tavon Anthony, and this is the second time I'm doing one of these things. Who you got? Fight Talk. Welcome to another installment of that, where I essentially talk about fights I'm interested in, and am probably gonna end up rapping about later at some point. Um, I guess I'll just jump right into it. I hope you guys are having a wonderful week. So the president of One FC just announced that there will be a special rules fight between Demetrious Mighty Mouse Johnson and Rodtang. I am going to screw up his last name, so I'm not even going to say that. But the Iron Man, Rodtang, not MMA, Muay Thai champion, Rodtang. And dude, I gotta say, like, I knew there were rumors like going around that it was like like they were gonna kickbox or something at some point specifically. And I was just like, I don't know if that's a good idea. But dude, like the idea of them being in the ring together at all is like crazy. It's freaking crazy. But it's so exciting to me because I really love both fighters. They're both extremely fast. Their IQ in the ring, given Rodtang is Muay Thai and Mighty Mouse is MMA, it's like their ring awareness, everything about them, they are freaking dope. They are amazing, and I can't wait to see what they both bring. I think like the first thing I'll talk about is the rule set. Like I found online that they announced it, but I also found online that it was going to be like first round is Muay Thai, second round is MMA, third round is Muay Thai, fourth round is MMA. So they're like going either or. It's like I don't know who flipped the coin and was like, all right, whoever gets whatever first. But it's amazing because like if when the fight starts, I'm pretty sure Mighty Mouse can at least keep it keep himself protected for the first round as far as striking goes. Um it's not like he's just some schmuck or something. Did I just use that word? I don't know. But he's not some like loon that's, never been able to protect himself with his hands or with his feet. So, and he's fast as all hell. He's fast as all hell. So, it's like when you have that going on, I don't think this is going to end in the first round. That's what will probably be the best case scenario for Rodtang. Is that he mows Mighty Mouse down in the first round, but I do not think Demetrious Johnson is going to play the stupid game. I'm pretty sure he's going to come in and probably try to just make it probably really just make it like a Muay Thai fight. Like, a lot of them don't start crazy fast paced. And if they do, it's like, well, neither one of the guys want to be there long. But no, I really think he is going to be able to protect himself at least for that first round, and then when the second round comes in, depending on what happened, um, I think Mighty Mouse has a really really good chance of instilling his game. He's a great wrestler, and he understands movement in a way that just might put Rodtang on the back foot. Rodtang is a guy that likes to walk forward, likes to mow you down, march you down. Likes it's that style is really really like dangerous to me. But it freaking works, especially if you're as durable as him. So I mean, you can't really count on Mighty Mouse even in a perfect setting, like coming through and then like placing the perfect punch and just knocking Rodtang out. Like I don't think that's gonna happen at all. But I also don't think it's going to be like a first round just total domination of Mighty Mouse. Like that's just not the case. Um, but I mean, well, we're gonna we're gonna see. We're gonna see. Actually, let's check a couple of things out here. I'm gonna bring 1, 2, 1, 2. Test 1, 2. You should be able to hear me now. Should be able to hear me now. Let me know if everything is good. Please do. Please do. Am I good? Think I'm good. Okay, I'm good now. Hey, what's going on, Josh? Echo? Do I have an echo? Oh no, I'm good. All right, cool. So I don't know how much was not heard, which sucks, but I guess I'll just go ahead and go back to right before I started looking at these guys, because actually what happened is just the input wasn't on this specific scene. So I was essentially talking about, like, how this is a crazy good fight. It's a crazy good fight between Demetrious Johnson and Rodtang. And long story short, I was saying that I do not think age is going to be a factor. I don't think Mighty Mouse is, declining or anything like that. When it came to his last fight, he just got beat. That happens, especially when it comes to the rule of kneeing opponents on the ground. That was even more interesting. But Marias is a very, very, very great talent, and not only is he fast, but he's tall. He's my height, and when you're essentially 5'9", fighting someone who's 5'3", you have advantages. You do have advantages, and he looks like a big guy. He really does look like he's my size. And to get down to that weight, hey, whatever. But we're not going to focus on that, mainly because this fight is starting out as Muay Thai. So when it comes to the striking, Demetrious Johnson is as fast as they come. He's as fast as they come. So if that's the factor, it's like, okay, it's going to come down to who has the better game plan in the beginning. We know what Rodtang is going to do. Rodtang is going to come in, put his chin into his chest, march forward, freaking punch you in the face and leg kick you to death if he can. If he sees that you are weak on the knees for a second, he is going to tear you apart. That is his whole game plan. But it's not like he's not smart. If he needs to, he can play the game where he can move a little bit more, be fast, And I don't see Mighty Mouse specifically coming in and just hitting him upside the head a million times in the first round just to make it to the second round. I don't really see that being the case. And even if it is the case, does anyone see Rodtang get knocked out? I don't. I don't, especially not in the first round. Like, Mighty Mouse has never been a guy to just come through and just blast the dude to high heaven. Like, that's just not the truth of the matter. But yeah, Mighty Mouse is 35 years old. Yeah, he's 35 years old. And about 5'3", reach 66 inches. Rodtang is 24. I was mentioning before that I always forget that Rodtang is young as hell, man. He is young. Like, when he fought Tenshin Natsukawa, like, I think he was 20 and then Tenshin was like 21, one of the two. Or one might have been 19, the other one might have been 20. I don't know. But dude, the fact that he's so young and he has so many fights. Now, granted, like, he's Thai, so a lot of them start fighting when they're like 6, 7 years old. And they just keep going. They're fighting like every freaking week. So, like, he has like over 200 fights, I believe, in Muay Thai specifically. He has a winning record, a freaking winning record. When it comes to fighting, that many fights is ridiculous. But yeah, 24 years old, and man, he is ready for the smoke at all times. So that is the main thing Mighty Mouse is going to have to worry about in the beginning of that fight, since it is starting with Muay Thai rules. If he can make it through and be, relatively fresh come round 2, after that pressure is put on him, because he's not going to come out and pressure Rodtang. He's not going to come out and march him down. He's going to be playing the dodge and keep moving game. I believe that. I really do believe that. I don't think he's going to come to the middle and stand there and just be ready to get hit. That's never been who Mighty Mouse has been, like, even in MMA. And, when it comes to rule sets in general, you really got to think about how certain things translate over, right? It's just like with the whole boxing versus MMA thing, right? Granted, this time at least kicks are involved all the way through. They're involved all the way through. Wrestling might not be involved all the way through, but, kicks, elbows, knees, like that's going to be involved all the way through. So at least Mighty Mouse can deal with that, because the only factor really going on here, speed, both of them are fast. Both of them are just fast. Ring awareness, both of them know where they are at all times. But when it comes to round 2, will the threat of the takedown be enough to kind of stifle Rodtang? I think so. Unless he's been training wrestling like secretly for I don't know how long. I think that might be a factor. Now, granted, Rodtang does have that height advantage. He does have that height advantage. And he is very smart. He might be able to keep distance enough to not just be single-legged or power doubled or anything like that. Plus, Mighty Mouse is very, very smart about his timing and then takedowns in general. So we will see. We will definitely see what comes out of this. But I really do like this. The moment I saw this fight, I was just like, ONE FC is like my favorite promotion now. Like, it is really my favorite promotion. They put on fights that, one, are like straight out of freaking comic books and movies, but it's like they remind you why you are a fight fan. I really love that organization. Shoot, I might end up doing a whole rap thing about their cards. But the problem with it's not a problem with their cards. It's just their names. It's like, God dang, they have like like rapping and rhyming Thai names is tough. It's freaking tough. But I think it'll be a wonderful fight. I really do think it'll be a wonderful fight. To those watching, let me know in the comments, and just let me know what you think. And I'm going to be keeping my eye out on this. My eye out on this. I don't know. But as far as like an early prediction, oh my goodness. I think that when it makes it out of the first round, because like I said, I don't believe, Rodtang's just going to come in and mow him down. Give them street names? Yeah. No, just straight up just Iron Man. Just like, you know what? If I do a rap about a one card, I am specifically going to just, I'm only using their ring names. Like, I'll say their first name and I'll only say their ring name until I get better at pronouncing people's names, because that's the one thing that I just don't like doing is pronouncing people's names totally wrong. I just feel like I'm disrespecting them. I feel like I'm disrespecting their families. It has nothing to do with like, like crazy stuff like that. It's just I don't like it when my name isn't pronounced correctly. My name's Tavon and people Tavon, like, I get it. But okay, as far as an early prediction, I think come round two, I really believe Demetrious Johnson is going to come in there and he's going to put that MMA season on Rodtang. I think Rodtang has the wherewithal that, things will happen. I think the threat of the takedown will be that much of a problem come round 2. Round 1, he's going to throw caution to the wind and give this man the business from pillar to post. He is going to give Demetrious Johnson the work from pillar to post, because Demetrious Johnson isn't a guy that comes in to beat the brakes off of you. Like, he can beat the brakes off of you, but his point is to, like, highlight your weaknesses and exploit the heck out of them the entire time. He's going into this first round with, like, he's at the disadvantage. He's at the disadvantage in the first round. And I just want to know what his strategy is. I really want to know what his strategy is. He's Demetrious Johnson isn't, a guy that just started straight up doing MMA. He's said it in interviews where he's taken boxing fights, he's taken Muay Thai fights, he's done grappling and this, that, and the other. It's like, okay, that's cool. So he's not just a guy that came into a gym, I do MMA, bro. You know, he's not, sorry. He's not like that guy. So he understands the psychology behind each art and how to separate them. But, man, that first round is going to be a storm. It's going to be a storm. And I think he's going to get through it. And I think in round 2, the threat of the takedown is going to be a lot for Rodtang. So he's either going to get taken down or he's going to be a lot less active, because I don't think Rodtang is stupid enough to go in there knowing he can be taken down and throw kicks in a way where he will be taken down and just ultimately submitted, because that I just don't have any proof. I mean, unless someone sends it to me, you know, maybe I'm ignorant. I just have no proof that Rodtang is some grappling prodigy on the low. I have no proof of that. So we're going to see. I think Demetrious Johnson takes the fight. I think he does, unless, you know, Rodtang plays a smart game in the second round and, you know, keeps his back off the fence, and, you know, just keeps moving. He keeps moving. You know, his output will be less in that second round. But come the third round, when he can take back over and mow him down again, just go ahead and finish it up. But I think Demetrious Johnson's going to go ahead and take him down and do some work. I think he's going to do some work, and really come that third round, Rodtang might be tired. He might be dead tired. Now, here's the thing about Thai fighters. They could be dead tired and still be balls to the walls killers, you know, like just moving and moving and moving and grooving. But yeah. If he can get those leg kicks in, thanks, Val Whitaker, one of my favorite MMA, you know, like I talk to him about MMA all the time. And we're doing music together soon. Love you, Val. But yeah, no, if he can throw in some leg kicks, dude, if he can fire him up early, right? He can slow Demetrious down. He really can. And especially Rodtang's legs are thick, man. Especially for his height, his legs are thick. Yeah, he could do that. I just don't know if Demetrious is going to be in position to be leg kicked like that. Unless for some odd reason DJ comes in with an MMA stance in the first round, you know, because MMA fighters tend to keep their legs a little wider, and they're more susceptible to leg kicks, but that's where the wrestling comes in. So I don't know. It really depends on how that first round goes. But I do believe Demetrious is going to be smart enough to go in there, protect himself for that first round, land a couple of shots. He might not win the first round, but I think he'll go in there, land a couple of shots, keep Rodtang from instilling his will so early, and then come second round, he's going to do some work to a point that Rodtang's just going to kind of be done. Now, if this fight goes to decision, man, I don't know, because that final round is going to show you the truth. If it makes it to that, because it's 4 rounds, I believe. It's 4 rounds. If it makes it to that 4th round, yeah. If it makes it to that 4th round and Mighty Mouse isn't like tore up, he's gonna take Rodtang to the brink. And Rodtang is not a person that's going to just go in there and just give up. I don't mean tapping out. That's not what I mean. He's not going to sit there and just not want to be in there anymore and crumble under the pressure. That's not who he is. You'll just see if Rodtang gets beat in a way that you're like, wow, he got beat. It's not going to be because he was outwilled. That's not going to be the reason why. Because he has a will that it's darn near like inhuman. It's going to be out techniquing. Straight like that. He's just going to get out techniqued when it comes to the MMA portions. And since the MMA rounds are 2nd and 4th, the final round is MMA, that gives Demetrious Johnson a significant advantage in the latter rounds, in the final round, I should say. So we'll see. We'll see what's going on here. Like I said, throw comments in the comment section. Tell me what you guys think. I would really like to hear it. I'm trying to do more of these videos soon. Probably end up rapping at some point as well when it comes to this stuff. And yeah, so if you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and yeah, I'll I'll talk to you guys later. I guess, is that how that goes? Is that how people on here do this stuff? Oh wow, I didn't know my chat box was coming up. But yeah, man, thank you guys so much for coming in, and hope to do this again soon. Be safe.